Yes, greetings and welcome to Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. If we're not correct, please feel free to correct us. Like I said, greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Rosera Menin. One perfect balance, family. Yeah. That was good. That was good. Woo-wee. That was close. Yeah, I had to get the camera thing sorted out. But yo, can y'all believe it is Friday already? You cannot make this stuff up, man. Like every time you look around, we back at Friday. Can you believe it? Like we living in we living in the quickening of time. But it's not like people saying, "Oh man, the day is going faster." They speed up the clock. No. We're just doing a lot more in the same space of time. So it is exhausted a lot quicker. But nevertheless, here we are tonight. We're going to take a look at this week in review. I got some stuff to touch on. I'm telling you. Go tell a friend and tell a friend. I'm telling you, go do it. You don't want to miss the night. You don't want to miss the night. You don't want to miss the night. I'm telling you, it is crazy, man. Yeah, how y'all feel about this whole new intro kind of thing? I'm playing with it. I'm just playing with it. I don't know. We just trying to see what's going on in the background. But anyhow, y'all do not want to miss the night, man. I wish you would step it up, man. Yeah, I'm going to do it. 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 We going to talk. Listen, tonight, let me just tell you the early. We got some stuff to discuss. We got Miss Motley. Yes, we're going to discuss the BLP tonight. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Some folks was like, my program has become biased. They say I don't talk with the BLP. I only talk about Thorn. But we're going to talk with the BLP tonight. In fact, we're going to talk about our very own prime servant, Miss Mia Motley. So stay tuned for that. She all over the world right now, having her big thing going on. But we definitely going to speak on Miss Motley tonight. Yes, we're going to speak on the DLP too. Yes, we're going to speak on Mr. Thorne. But not really Mr. Thorne, but the two choices in the Senate. We're going to touch on both of them. Mr. I don't remember this guy's name. The other guy, the new senator guy. He's stop playing, man. Somebody don't hand me a drink. It got like layers in it. I don't know what that red stuff is, but it looked lethal. I might have had a glass or two already. Anyhow, family, we're going to go. Look, we're going to the Senate tonight. We definitely going to the Senate. We're going to look at. Remember, I told you all this whole card tent thing was a distraction, right? Well, in my opinion, let me not put it that way. I don't have the final say on anything or monopoly on anything. But I felt it was a little strange. Everybody talking about tent. I mean, like she said a lot of stuff in that press conference, but the focus was on tent. I want money. Well, apparently the kind of money they were talking about was to the tune of $40 billion, $4 billion a year. I think it's a 10-year contract or something like that. I'm not sure, but $4 billion a year in 10 years. Y'all do the math, man. I mean, I'm just saying. So we're going to touch on that for sure. And what else we got? Oh, we got some folks getting arrested and indicted. Did he do it or did he not do it? No. We're not talking about Sean Combs, P. Diddy. The Diddy we talking about, did he do it or did he not do it? Isn't Puff Diddy or whatever his name is. We talking about the mayor of New York. Yo, can you imagine this? They indicted the mayor in office. Yo, and these politicians in Barbados better check themselves here. They going after them. Forget P. Diddy. I mean, whatever he did, he did. If he didn't do it, he didn't do it. I don't know if he didn't do it or didn't do it. I wasn't in it. You're gonna have to deal with that. But imagine you a mayor and they came for you. Man, listen, we're going to take a look at that too. And we got two other things to look at. This week was one of them kind of weeks, man. We're going to get into it, man. But before we get into it, I got to go check the comment section. Got to go check the box. Somebody pray for me. This, oh no. Ooh, okay. This is mango juice on what? On nitro? Ooh, anyhow, family. Let's get into it, man. I want to say before we start, for those who celebrate today as a sacred day, Shabbat Shalom. For those who observe today as a Sabbath, I want to say Assalamu Alaikum to the community. Peace. Y'all already know Islam. I also want to say Ashe and Hotep to the conscious community. Y'all already know. To my brethren and sisterin, is Rastafari, Kidamari, brothers out in the East, Namaste. And to everyone else who's here joining us, regardless of where you're from, it's love, light. Pure love, resonate to create pure light. And that's what's up. If you're here for the first time, just tell us where you're from in the comments so we can know, keep track. But shout out to everybody globally who tune into Politically Incorrect. And if we're not correct, feel free to correct us. How do you correct us? There's a number right here. Look, I'm going to post the number. It's on the screen. Politically Incorrect every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Although it's like 9 o'clock now, a little after 9. Usually it's 8, but things happen in circumstances. Anyhow, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it. Tell a friend and tell a friend. We're doing our part. Make sure you do yours. Make sure you tell your peoples that. And for those who are interested in supporting the program via PayPal, the email address is right there. Or you want to hit me up on WhatsApp, 246-838-8253. That's the number. That's how you all correct me if I'm incorrect. Just correct me, man. Just give me a holler and say, yo, Rasta man, nah, you was wrong with that one. And we're going to get it straight. We're going to come and do what we got to do. And we're going to correct it and go forward. Having said that, I got to give a shout out to all the family who be tuning in. Sexy D, I don't know who this is, man, but she be here putting in the work. We give thanks for your support. Always greetings to you. Greetings to the family. Greetings to Emmanuel and everyone. Yes, Jeremiah. We see you too, my brother. Hold tight. Tim Ward, all the way from Canada. The Canada. You know what I'm saying? The Canada. Yeah. The Canada. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Anyhow, it must be getting cold up in your neck of the woods right now. I know the clock is spinning. October around the corner. I know it getting cold up that side, man. I ain't forget when I was up there in Clinton, Denamora. Denamora, I think this was called. Man, never again. Maria, I see you too. Greetings, Maria. And yes, we're getting our face-to-face soon, Maria. This whole tight is coming. It's coming. Daffodil. We see you. In fact, hold on a minute. Let me just try something a little new right here real quick while I do the little introduction. Yeah, let's go and drop this little thing right here real quick and see how it goes. Yeah. Let me know how it sound, man. Little background ambiance, man. Friday night, man. Shout the family out. It's the shout out section, man. But we see you, Tim. BM having a ball in New York City. Yeah, she up there in NYC doing the thing. Doing what she does best. Shout out to Rhonda Paris. Good night, family. We see you. Where you coming from, Rhonda? Type that in the comments. Let us know where you hailing us from, Rhonda. Love. Tell a friend, family. We're the king. King Alfred Benjamin in the building from New York. Yo, we got the whole New York locked on tonight. Mad folks on from New York. Like, we gonna lock New York. Who gonna run this town tonight? Good night, Rastaman viewers. What's up, man? Your notification right on time, just off the number 4th to Utica Avenue. Wonderful weekend going out to all BB. Listen, love you too from Barbados. Nothing but sunshine in a bottle, sand in a bottle, and a little sea water. But I gotta be honest too. I gotta find a way to send some breadfruits, man. We're working on it, Tim. We're working on it, Alfred. We get some breadfruits up there, man. Yes, sire. Ivy vibes, man. Rastafari family. Empress, I see you too. We see you. We got Guyana in the building. Although the Guyanese here might be living overseas. Yo, Joel, where you at, man? I think you in New York too, ain't you? Let us know where you coming in from, man. Let us know. Buxton. Oh man, wait, hold on a minute. Yo, where exactly is Buxton though? I ain't gonna front like I know that. Don't have me Googling that real quick. Let us know where you at, man. Rhonda says she hailing from St. John. Beautiful St. John. We got plans for St. John too. Agriculture plans, man. Somebody told me tonight, Emmanuel, we need it. I was like, need what? We needed to organize that third party. I was like, no, stop telling me that. Like, that's not my agenda at all. Barbados National Congress, man. Big shout out to the family, the whole of Fade family. Y'all already know. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's Friday electricity night, man. You're gonna have to go over that electric bill too. And you ain't gonna believe what they did today. Look, Mark, look, man. Listen, I told y'all it was a distraction, right? I told y'all I gave you the link to the Parliament website. I gave it to you. You can't say you didn't see it. But you ain't gonna never believe what they did today. And I got the footage. So we gonna get into that, man. In fact, we later ready. Let's go jump right into it, man. Straight up, man. Man, stop playing, man. Everybody needs me. Stop it. Stop it. Listen, I was just making fun of Canada, man, because Canada is not a real place, man. It's the Maple Leaf City. Tim, I see you too. Listen, Tim, hold on, man. Don't start that, Tim, about no sexy parish on the island. You're trying to pull a Noel, man, you know. But listen, shout to all the lovely ladies in Barbados. I ain't going front, man. They could talk chalk how they like, man. Look, shout out to all the women in Barbados, throughout the Caribbean, but definitely the Barbados, man. Barbadians, look, the women in Barbados, man, their story has never been told, man. Like the whole Caribbean. We know the European, we know the Americas, you know, the civil rights, all the different Jim Crow. We heard all the stories. You see the story of the woman in the Caribbean? You see the story of the woman in Barbados? Man, them stories had never been told. If only you knew, family. So big shout out, big respect. Give yourself a round of applause, man, to all the sisters in Barbados, all throughout the Caribbean, man. Much love throughout the world, man, throughout the world. Nothing but love for you, nothing but love for you. Having said that, shout out to Sammy. Sammy, I see you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Tell us where you from. Tell us where you from, where you coming in from. Unless you're from the sexy parish of St. John. I don't see up here. How you get to the conclusion that St. John's sexy? Well, I don't understand that one though. Tim, all the way in Canada. No, tell us where you coming from, Sammy. Let us know, man. Let us know. Let us know. Atlanta, Georgia in the building, man. Big shout out to all the family at ATL. Shout out to ATL. Shout out to Padmore too. Aubrey. Big shout out to Aubrey. He got a program that comes on Saturdays. I'm not sure if it's on tomorrow. If it is, and Aubrey, you're tuning in, make sure you put the link so all the Barbados community can see the link and come on in and join you tomorrow in your program. So, in fact, I'm going to check tonight before the night is up if he sent me a link. But yeah. We give thanks, Sammy. Love all the way from Barbados, man. Go tell your friend and tell a friend that we in Barbados got a lot to say. Don't miss the night. I'm telling you, man. You see the energy already up, like way up. I'm telling you. I don't know if it got something to do with this glass I just got, though. I don't know, man. They gave me a glass with two colors, red and yellow. I know the mango, but I know that top layer ain't guava. But anyhow, we go see what's up for the rest of the night. It might be in the glass. So just an early disclaimer, family. If I say anything tonight that's outlandish, offensive, or rude, blame it on the glass, man. Blame it on the glass. Having said that, let me get into tonight's program. All right. I got a lot to share. It's I don't even know where to start. I think the best place to start is maybe start internationally or start locally. Like, what y'all think? What we should do? I don't know where to start, man. You know what? They say horn drum beat first, man. They say horn drum beat first. So I can do the horn drum. So y'all already know that there's this thing in Parliament going on. And last week, I believe it was Friday. No, Monday, actually. I said that we was going to do the review of the review. And I made it clear that I personally felt it was a distraction, what was going on, in terms of everybody seemed to be talking about the same thing. No matter where you look, you saw memes, you saw social media presence. There was just so much attention to one detail of a whole almost hour press conference. And that was on the 10th. So I found it a little strange. I was like, yo, why everybody keep talking about this thing all the time? So, then they got the download. They got the download that said, yo, Rastaman, don't fall for it, man. Look and see what they're trying to distract you from. So I did some digging. And sure enough, man, something was amiss. And guess what it was? Then I got a confirmation from a message like, wait, yo, this can't be. Give shout out to the inbox crew, by the way. I love the inbox crew. Y'all keep it, man. Y'all keep it 100. Thank you all. So I got the inbox crew, got my download, got my confirmation. I went looking, and I told y'all on that same day, they post the bill, the cybercrime bill. In fact, hold on. Let me just pull this back up because y'all think I'm playing. Y'all would think I'm playing. They had this up on their page. Let me just make it even larger so you can see. You can see. So this is the Barbados Parliament website, direct. I gave you the link before. I have no problem giving it again. Let me just go ahead and copy it and put it in the comments so you can say you didn't see it. This is not some fabricated something. This is the straight deal, Holyfield. Empress, we see you too, family. Greetings to you. There's a link right there on YouTube and the link on Facebook. Parliament.com, BarbadosParliament.com. Bills debate 789. Okay. 798. Yes, greetings to you too, Empress. Blessed good night to you. Tell us where you're from. Put it in the comments. Let us know where you're logging in from. Give us a little heads up. Shout out to your city. So we put this bill up and we had a conversation about it. Go tell a friend tonight, family. I'm gonna pause for a few minutes. In fact, go like, but you ain't gotta like it. You ain't even gotta subscribe, but go share it. Go tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all do not want to miss what I'm about to show you. And I really hate the fact that I have to do this because I was hopeful for, I didn't want to mention his name because they say you always mention his name. So I didn't want to mention the name I always mentioning. So I won't mention it tonight. I just mention the name that I'm always mentioning so that those who follow will know who name I'm always mentioning, will know who I'm mentioning about. Something like that. But I was hopeful that I wouldn't have to mention it, but it looks like I'm going to have to mention it in a different way. But y'all not going to believe what happened today here. I'm telling you, man, pay attention. So watch this. This is the electric supply bill. In fact, wait a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me go back. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is the actual page. If you go click on it, well, I sent the link direct to the bill, but this is the page to the website. And on it is a number of things going on. I mean, there's a lot of information you can go and click on and pay attention to. I keep telling y'all, add this to your favorite, bookmark it, save it, put a star, whatever, and keep it. So over here on the right-hand side, you see announcements, and they let you know what's going on at all times. There's bills before the House, resolutions before the House, bills before the Senate, and resolutions before the Senate. If you click on bills before the Senate, you see one bill here now that's listed, which is the cybercrime bill, which is interesting. You go on the part where it talks about resolutions for the bill, you see, again, you see cybercrime, you see resolution to take note, and so on. But remember a few days ago, I would have showed you this, bills before the Senate, and it had three bills. It had the mutual assistance in criminal matters, and it had the cybercrime bill. Can anybody tell me what was the other bill that they had there? Can anybody tell me what it was? In fact, I'll tell you something. At the start of tonight's program, when I came on, which is when I clicked on this particular page that you just saw, I had the electric bill up on the page. If you click on that bill right now after I've started this podcast, you will notice something. It's not there anymore. It was somehow miraculously taken down. The funny thing is, I got the link for it before it was taken down. Y'all ain't gotta watch it, man. I know who watching Politically Incorrect. I can tell you that. And they don't miss a beat. Y'all keep playing, man. Go tell a friend and tell a friend. Because watch it now, family. I'm gonna Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. It's going to be one of them nights, family. I'm telling you, it's one of them nights. You already see what's going on. Y'all already see what's happening. Y'all already know. I don't know if the Chinese have tapped in or what, but we ain't scared of no ghosts. So like I was saying, let me go back to where I was. Y'all can't stop the program tonight. We going at it. So like I was saying, back there, bam, there you go. If you go on this page right now, the link I just sent you, I love how the spirit worked. I gave you the link directly to it. But if you were to go on this page now, had I gave you this one and you clicked on right here, you would not be able to find it. Y'all realize what just happened? That link I gave you is the link where I was before on that page. When I clicked on it, it was there, and I clicked on it and it opened. I started the program, I talked about it, and now we go back at it, it's gone. But the good thing is you got the link right there in the comments on YouTube and Facebook. I suggest you go click on it real quick. If you haven't downloaded that yet, go download it. There's a reason I'm telling you this. There's a reason I'm telling you this. Go down. If you, I'll pause for a second. If you on Facebook, click on that link now. If you on YouTube, go click, like open another tab or whatever. Go. If you on your phone, I'll pause for a minute. You ain't gonna miss nothing. Go and get that. Go get that. In fact, let me go back to it. You see that? It's gone. It's gone. Up. Here we go. Here we go. We got it. Here we got it. Electricity supply bill. There you go. We got the link. Although the link don't exist on the page, we got the link. You got the link. Politically incorrect. Yo, it's a mystic thing, family. Only those who got eyes to see gonna see. And those who got ears to hear gonna hear. Make sure you ain't hearing the wrong thing. And I just gotta throw that in there because I feel the need to throw that. Make sure you ain't hearing the wrong thing here. You know, see that for yourself. Now check this out, family. For those who went and got it, right here on the right-hand side is a PDF file. You click on that file, it's going to open up to another page. And that page is going to be a date on it, which is interesting because this file was uploaded. Man, I know I got the old one here somewhere. I'll look for it. This file was uploaded, and it tells you when it was uploaded. It was uploaded on the 23rd of, right here, it says, notice date, 23rd 9 2024. That's when it was uploaded. All right. House of Assembly, the date here now is, notice date is the 28th 9 2024. But funny enough, when I just clicked on this one, it's the date on it is the 24th of September. So the date on the document is the 24th, although it was uploaded on the 23rd. I'm not sure how that happened. But guess what? Guess what? Let me just go get into it, man. Let me just go get right into it. Let me get into it, man. Let's just get straight to it. So today is Friday, the 27th of September. This is part one. This is from the website of the House, the Honorable Senate. This is Parliament's website. I'll take this up, the link, and I'll also put this in the comments. Y'all could go ahead and watch that as well. I'll put the comments right there. The link to this where I got this is in the Facebook comments and also YouTube comments. So you can get it from right there. All right, Empress to say you're from St. Peter. St. Peter me come from. I love it, I love it, I love it. Sex D says she local. She local. All right. Okay. Local diamonds, man. Local diamonds in the rough. Sexy D, go tell a friend, tell a friend. Y'all don't want to miss this tonight. This is like a bombshell about to drop right now. And again, I hate the fact they said Duppies working in the background. Nah. Them ain't Duppies. Them is actually people. Them is actual. Remember Scooby-Doo? They ain't no ghosts. It be always a human inside our mask, man. We gonna unmask it tonight, though, for sure, for sure. Rowan say getting an error. Somebody else say getting an error. Okay, don't worry, don't worry. Hold on. I got y'all. You know I got y'all. Y'all know I got y'all, right? Right here, look, bam. I got y'all. Right here, Maria. I got it right here. Right here. When I click on it, see, I had it open before they changed it. So they probably did change it. But guess what? I'm just going to go ahead and just download this one as well. Let me just save this one here as well in the early. But I got it right here. We got it right here. Let me tell you why this is happening when you get an error. Let me tell you why you're getting an error. In fact, I won't tell you why. I'm gonna let Ms. Cummins tell you why.
I'm accustomed to. So welcome once again. Mr. President, today I stand, first of all, to beg the first reading of the Electricity Supply Bill 2024.
Okay. Okay. So while they take a minute right here to do what appears to be some kind of private conversation, a little shuffle, she said, we're reading the bill, electric supply bill. So the clerk goes up, they have some kind of interaction. We'll wait. I think the wait is important.
The question is that the electricity supply bill 2024.
Mr. President, the bill that is before the Honourable Chamber is to be withdrawn and to replace. Honourable members are in possession of the new bill, which is to be substituted. And so I beg to move that this current bill be withdrawn and replaced with the one which was circulated.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait a minute. Did anybody hear what she just said? I'm not even going to repeat it yet. I'm going to see who's paying attention tonight. We're not going to be wasting my time. What time is it, man? I'm not even staying on here long. Let's see who's paying attention. I'm going to take some more sip of this red and yellow thing here, man. Oh, man, boy, that. I don't know what manner of mixture is this, but tell me, who's paying attention, man? Sabbath night to you too, my brother. I see you. Greetings to you too. You said, drop it, Ras. Greetings to you, family. Man, I gotta holler at you, man. Okay, somebody, Empress said, I have downloaded it. Wonderful. Some folks are getting an error, but that's all right. King Alfred said 71 pages of this electricity bill. Good. Which bill is the right bill? You see that right there? Somebody paying attention. Hold on, who else paying attention? Which bill is the right bill? So how can they deliberate on a bill that have not read it in its entirety? Well, hold on, Ron. It gets even more interesting. I want y'all to listen to this carefully. Like, I'm embarrassed. Right now I'm embarrassed. And I shouldn't be, but I am. I was a little hopeful. I ain't going front. Not because I favor. In fact, let me make it clear. Some folks seem to think I got something against, the Ralph Torn thing and the crew. But I don't. Like I said from the inception, I will never question a man. He's a man, But I have questions for the man. And any man that puts himself in that position should be able to answer questions. If he's going to duck questions, then he definitely can't be the man for the job. So all I'm saying is that they appoint a new senator, which I've looked at his past record, wasn't impressed. I was hopeful that maybe time, maturity, he stepped up, maybe not. What is about to happen here, family, is an embarrassment to anybody who is supporting these two. And I'm not going to tell you why. I'm not going to say why. I'm going to show you why. Let me go back here for a second, man. Listen to what Ms. Cummins said. She's brilliant at what she does. I mean, these people are, I don't know, like they train them, like they, I don't know. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. You don't bring a cat to fight a lion because they all cat family. I don't know. Like, I don't know. This is, look, listen.
Mr. President, the bill that is before the Honourable Chamber is to be withdrawn and to replace. Honourable members are in possession of the new bill, which is to be substituted. And so I beg to move that this current bill be withdrawn and replaced with the one which was circulated.
Withdrawn and replaced with the one that was circulated.
The question is that the previously circulated draft of the electricity supply bill be withdrawn and replaced with the subsequently circulated bill. Those honorable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. I think the ayes have it.
These two cats didn't say a word. First off, wait, circulated? Well, wait, hold on. The first question I have is, when was this new bill circulated? When? Did they prepare for it? Did they actually know this was circulated? Is he now on his phone looking at it? Because he's looking at something. I don't know if he's paying attention or not. That's the guy, the other guy. I don't remember his name. I don't remember his name. I don't remember his name. The other guy, he's on his phone. I don't want to assume he's now scrolling through the PDF new bill, because that'd be crazy. But my thing is, there's a vote going on right here.
Those in favor, please say aye.
All in favor, please say aye.
Those against, please say no.
Those against, please say no. Now, I don't have the ability on this one here to zoom in. I would love to zoom in and see if their lips even moved, even if he was to yawn or sneeze or something.
I think the ayes have it.
One, it looks like Mr. Young right hand is on his lips, like I'm silent, and Mr. The other guy with his phone, he didn't even look up. I don't even know if he even heard there's a vote. Even if they had said, I object, and it was still the ayes have it, at least the record would reflect that we not, well, I don't, again, maybe they had prior knowledge to this. I don't know. Because I didn't know. In fact, hold on a minute. Let me go back here, just be clear on this what Miss Cummins said about this bill. Let's be clear.
Bill 2024.
Mr. President, the bill that is before the Honorable Chamber is to be withdrawn and to replace. Honorable members are in possession of the new bill, which is to be substituted. And so I beg to move that this current bill be withdrawn and replaced with the one which was circulated.
She never said when it was circulated. Didn't say a word.
Those against, please say no. I think the ayes have it. The bill is accordingly withdrawn and so substituted. Senator Cummins.
Right there, you got a problem already. So all I'm saying is that I don't know when it was actually circulated, so I can't really speak to that directly. But I would hate to think it was circulated that same morning as they land. Like, yo, hold on, we got a new one. Hold that. Just review it real quick. We gonna just it's the same thing, man. We just change the font. We just change the font and the paper texture, you know, the paperweight or whatever. I don't know, man. So they must have felt it was insignificant, whatever changes were made, that they didn't have to object. But again, I don't know when they got it. So that's a question that, you know, the name that I shouldn't mention, that I might have mentioned once or twice, that I won't mention anymore. At least I'll try not to. Hopefully he can ask them a question, because something is already amiss. They're two sitting there like, anyhow, where's Tricia when you need her, right? anyhow, in the interest of the nation as opposed to the interest of self. And let y'all let that one sink in. Not gonna go above a lot of people's head though. But listen, there's more.
Mr. President, I rise today to introduce.
First reading, please. First reading.
Mr. President, I rise today to beg the first reading of the electricity supply bill as withdrawn and replaced.
First reading. This is brand new, hot off the press, family. And they're going to do all this today. Today. Talk about taking the tints off, right? We got to take the tints off our eyes, man, and see what's going on, man.
The question is that the electricity supply bill be read a first time. Will all honorable senators in favor please say aye? Those against please say no. I think the ayes have it. This bill.
Again, not a word from these two. Like, I'm opposing this all the way. I ain't had time to prepare. I don't want to now read it, especially knowing that I'm going to have to debate it and then vote on it. Hell no, we're not doing that. But let me show you what, see why I tell you people? Look, man. They could talk all they like, right? And talk and talk. This is what matters right here. And this is why the unmentionable name can't trick this Rasta man at all. And yes, the operative word there was this Rastaman. Straight. Because none of two of these cats in up to now is saying a word, but hold on, I shouldn't call them cats. It's just a street slang thing. But I don't want to sound disrespectful or derogatory. So the two senators, yeah. Yeah. I mean, let me get with the language so nobody don't think I'm trying to be condescending or whatever, you know what I mean?
That is accordingly read the first time. Senator Cummings.
You don't have to. Right. Mr. President, public business.
Public business is now the order of the day.
Order number 6,
Order number 6.
in the name of the Honorable Leader of the Senate, to move the second reading of the Electricity Supply Bill 2024.
Senator Cummings.
But wait a minute, hold on. This is the second reading of the electrical supply bill, although this is the first reading of this new bill. You see what I'm saying? This can't be the second reading of that bill. It would have to be the first reading of that bill because this is just the amendment one. So now this is amended. This is all new. We don't even know what's in this. So at the second reading is when you go debate and you vote. But how can we be having a second reading for the first time, especially when folks have not adequately and properly prepared for it? And that became evident if you listen to Ryan when he started to speak, keep referring to the original one and not this new one. So clearly he's not even up to par, up to time either. Man, listen. Let me let it play out, man, because I don't. You know what?
Mr. President, the bill before the Honorable Senate is a detailed and an extensive bill. The colleagues are in possession of the bill, which is our order number 6, and I intend during the course of my presentation today to take the time to ensure that colleagues have a full update on not only the process by which this bill has been brought before this honorable chamber, but also, Mr. President, the substance of the bill. I start, first of all, Mr. President, with the process by which this bill has now reached this honorable chamber. Mr. President, somewhere back in 2019, when it was made clear that the existing regime under the Electric Light and Power Act and where the democratized and liberalized energy sector was evolving needed to be aligned, the journey of this bill began. This bill, Mr. President, was initially drafted for the first time in 2019. And then, Mr. President, from that far back, consultations were held with the primary stakeholders in the energy sector and broad stakeholders in the energy sector. 2019, Mr. President, at that time, we had stakeholders which included the Fair Trading Commission, the Government Electrical and Engineering Department, the Ministry of Energy, of course, anchored the process, the Electric Light and Power Committee, and the list continued.
All right, there's a whole lot of fancy people involved. In other words, we get it. But what is most important is what will be the outcome of this debate today. Now, what took place today. Now, in the interest of time, I ain't gonna go to the whole thing. I think if you're interested, go take a look and get into it. What I will do is kind of fast forward here a little bit and let the brother come on in and say his piece. But I want you to understand how this energy flows. You know, somebody said that this is the bill. What was it? They already they were already served with the new bills, as she said that they are currently looking at. They totally were. My question is, when did they have adequate time to fully prepare, to revise, prepare their notes, their arguments, against the research necessary to make sure that they did what they had to do? Well, let's get into it and see. Someone said, I realize that you always got something to say about, I can't mention that name. I realize you always have something to say against Mr. Thorne. Okay, I said it. When the prime minister is the one selling out and destroying this country. You is sell out and get buy off. Yeah, well, Patrick, I don't know which Patrick this is. I know my number is on the screen. If you want to call in, you can call and express your thoughts and views. If you want to come into the studio, I could post the link as well, and we could have a hearty discussion on it perhaps a little later on. But I'm not sure why you would think that, because I bring information to the awareness of the people of Barbados, whether on whichever situation that is against a particular person. It's just information. It's not for or against. It's just that information, man. So,
and agriculture 3%. In other words, as a country, our contribution to greenhouse gas emissions on the global scale is insignificant. Why then does Barbados pursue a strategy of becoming 100% renewable? A strategy which is easily supported, and we definitely support it, but in our view requires much greater understanding and discussion.
Agreed.
We support the environmentalist view of preserving the environment and so forth, but the question still has to be answered. Why does Barbados pursue a strategy of becoming 100% renewable, given our contribution to our global greenhouse gas emissions? We have been told in many places, in many different times, that there are so much benefits to the transition of moving away from the extremely high reliance on fossil fuels. So we want to move away from our traditional reliance on fossil fuels, primarily because of three things we were told. We have our benefit of our geographic location to exploit: sun, sea, wind, and other sources that we can use to generate our own energy. We need to save foreign exchange because we have been spending hundreds of millions of dollars on the importation of fossil fuels.
Now, I want to agree with this brother right here on a number of points, by the way. He said a few things that I thought were pretty accurate. But then again, he started to address some issues that are not directly pertaining to this particular replaced bill, which kind of gave me the impression that what he was rereading from was the notes he had prepared from the original, well, the one that was replaced. I'm telling you, you got to get into it. You got to get into it. What I also, let me let it play.
By the government today, with prices at the pump. Prices at the pump not moving for over a year, 390 days to be exact. This is the condition that the people are faced with. This is the state of the energy sector as the average person sees it. And although we have asked the question on behalf of the people of why there have been no fluctuation in the fuel prices at the pump, given the change in global price of oil on the international market, we have had no response from the government. I don't know if the government believes that they are responding to the Democratic Labour Party, but they are really responding to the people of Barbados who have to pay the exorbitant prices at the pump, given the going away from the custom of being able to achieve some savings when the prices dip internationally.
Well, again, he brought up very valid points. And like I said, when you got to get jacket, when Jack is wearing the right jacket, and that's the reality. But when it comes to this bill, points in this bill.
Unlikely, but they are forging ahead. We have seen the introduction of the National Energy Policy. Why do we need this section, really, if we already have a Public Procurement Act, 2021? And that was a condition that I think was mandated in the IMS BERT austerity program. And that, Mr. President, was totally to improve transparency and accountability to government's procurement processes. We have rules and regulations, there's processes, there's a Public Procurement Act, it establishes a chief procurement officer. But this bill is seeking to form its own committee, and it does not even establish in the bill, Mr. President, the formation and the construct of the committee. I think the minister alluded to some of the persons that will be in it, but put it in the bill if you have to keep it. Put it in here. You have to know the size of the committee, the makeup of the committee, the skills and the qualifications of the members are being asked to sit. It is a very important committee. If it is indeed necessary, we don't believe it is necessary, but clearly we cannot just leave it open-ended in this bill to be decided by the minister and the cabinet at their whims and fancies. Mr. President, there is an omission that we have identified, which in the current legislation 5.3, and it says in 5.3 of the current act, where the applicant in the public is a public utility or proposes to operate a generation system, the installed capacity of which equals or exceeds the amount set out in the paragraph 2 of the first schedule, the applicant shall publish in at least 2 daily newspapers, at least twice at intervals of 2 weeks, notice of his application in such a formal manner and in which particulars as the minister may direct or approve. So it gives the level of transparency to the application process and the intent of persons to create these transactions between the public utility and themselves on behalf of the people. And obviously you're speaking of systems of a certain size, there are environmental issues, the location is important. So it adds an extra layer of comfort because it gives the average person who can pick up the daily newspaper and read the paper, looking at the news, to be aware of what is going on around them. And there is no harm in reintroducing or sustaining this clause in the proposed legislation. Mr. President, the bill introduces, as the minister said, new aspects because we're going in another direction. Things have changed. But has there been an assessment on the implications of these inclusions, of the requirements of either the utility, especially the utility, the things that they now have to do? Has there been an assessment of if or how much it will cost consumers at the end of the day? I started my conversation by saying we have to balance the discussion on the renewable energy transition, the supply of electricity, on the return of an investment of the utility company or persons feeding into that facility, and the impact, the financial impact of that to the person that have to pay the bills. So my question is, has an assessment been done? Has there been any cost analysis to what the new legislation is proposing as it relates to, especially to all of the new inclusions that are supposed to be carrying us forward in what they term in this new energy formation and organization?
All right. So as you can see, Ryan did his thing in trying to steer the direction of the conversation towards, I don't want to say something that's more amicable, but focusing on the feasibility study that needs to be done to make sure that we're going in the right quote unquote direction. Now, had it stopped right there, that would have been all right. It would have been okay. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Let me see if I can find that clip real quick. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find it. I think this is it. Let me see. Let me see here. And its conclusion, huh?
I thank you, Mr. President. Be mismanaged because they walk through the effects of the plan today and what we are feeling as a society. The government mismanaged this process and they need to get it right. Come into this chamber and talking technical stuff and defending positions that have been made public is all well and good. But we have to work in the best interest of the people. And I believe that although it is unfortunate, they have time now that they can start to fix some of these issues that we are feeling in the economy as it relates to energy. We are at a standstill, not because of anything other than the government mismanaging the process. The investment is there, and consumers are still there, wanting an ease in their pockets. So, Mr. President, as I said, we are not against, but what we have seen needs significant improvement. Needs significant improvement. And I challenge the government to start to look specifically at some of the things that have been highlighted here, because we must not shift the focus from the intent of the transition, which is a positive effect, not only environmentally, but to the livelihoods of the people of this country. I thank you, Mr. President.
All right. Now that might sound a little simple, but I want you all to listen carefully again to what he said. It's very important what he said. It was subtle, but important. I'm gonna go back at it. Hang on.
But it's a shift. The things that have been highlighted here, government.
Like I said, it was subtle. You almost would miss it if you wasn't paying attention. So I'm going to implore you at this point to tune in a little closer and listen a little attentive. A little more, I should say.
Needs significant improvement. And I challenge the government to start to look specifically at some of the things that have been highlighted here. Government.
Let me go back a little bit.
Needs significant improvement.
Let me go back a little bit. Hang on.
Their pockets. So, Mr. President,
listen.
As I said, we are not against.
We're not against this, you know. We're not against this. But we did highlight a few areas that we want you to look at. Just adjust those so that the people can benefit, you know, in the pocket with a little ease.
But what we have seen needs significant improvement.
But we're not against it.
Needs significant improvement. And I challenge the government to start to look specifically at some of the things that have been highlighted here, because we must not shift the focus from the intent of the transition, which is a positive effect, not only environmentally, but to the livelihoods of the people of this country.
But we don't oppose, huh? We're not against it.
I thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator Walters.
Okay, I'm just gonna, yeah, we're going.
If there are no further speakers,
We're waiting. Any further speakers? How about Senator number 2? You got anything to say? Anything? No? Yeah, you. Anything? Anything? Nothing? Okay. Somebody say something.
Senator Malou.
Thank you for recognizing me, Mr. President.
All right. So it went on to somebody else. Maybe he'll speak tomorrow or something about something else. Or who knows. So that's the point I want to make. But I want to read something here that I found interesting, and I would admit that it was interesting. Yeah, I want to read something here. So I decided to go and I'm gonna try to do my best voice in this case. Let me see if I can pull this off. Let me go back here real quick. So let me read something here that I came across recently. In fact, only today. In fact, only a little while ago. Dear Bajans, and I know that's a term I wouldn't normally use, but I understand the context here. This is not too long for you to read. Caps are for emphasis. The transform electricity sector is worth $4 billion annually to the Barbados economy. The electricity supply bill 2024 that was posted to Parliament's website on the 23rd of September 2024, and that I alerted you to, was withdrawn and substituted with a revised bill at today's sitting of the Senate, 27th of September 2024, for the first time, whereupon it was immediately debated. The new version was not made available to the public on the Parliament's website during the Senate season today. So much for the BLP's government claim that they were not sneaking this game-changing bill into Parliament. Stunningly, the opposition did not protest, even when their spokesman on energy, who made the DLP's first response to the bill, kept referring to the version that he had just withdrawn and had to be repeatedly corrected. Even after drafting for 5 years with inputs from many big-name consultants and stakeholders whose names we are all supposed to be impressed by, the government was still making amendments to the bill yesterday, 4 days after posting it on the Parliament's website and after I went public about the bill, which is kind of a laughable situation. With all of the long talk about the stakeholders that were consulted and about how the public has been included, the BLP's government still has not addressed why they removed the right to intervene in license applications. They also failed to address why they removed the details of the information required to provide in an application for a license, details that are now explicitly set out in the current Electricity, Light and Power Act. Minister Cummins is short of right when she says the existing act doesn't mention interveners. This is what it actually says. This is the actual clause. I guess it's section 4 and in commas. An applicant to whom section 3 applies shall not be issued a license until an opportunity has been given to interested parties in accordance with section 5A to make representation or objections to the minister in relation to his application. And that's what it says. That's the clause. So while that provision doesn't include the word intervener, it is the provision that allows for intervening by any Barbadian consumer, which would make him or her an intervener in a license application. What a feeble attempt at a sleight of hand. Cummins has not addressed the BLP's government failure to disclose the content of the electricity license, in particular, the public utility license that Barbadians will be forced to live with and satisfy for decades. She studiously avoided this critical matter. The secrecy is inexcusable. The question is why? But they think they can actually convince us that they are including the public. Again, laughable. What the Barbados Labour Party government really thinks is that Barbados voters and consumers are stupid. What the Barbados Labour Party government really thinks is that Barbados voters and consumers are irrelevant. As for the new and improved Democratic Labour Party, I can read it again. As for the new and improved Democratic Labour Party, their efforts debating this electricity supply bill were abysmal. Can you believe that the two senators actually support this? Can you believe that the two senators actually supported this anti-Barbados consumer and anti-Barbados voter law? The question is why? Tonight, even their greatest fans are not mentioning their performance in the Senate today. It would be laughable, except that this egregious law is going to affect Barbadians profoundly for years and years to come. Today, the consumers and voters of Barbados, were let down by both the ruling party and the opposition party. Remember, the transformed electricity sector is worth $4 billion annually to the Barbados economy. Stay vigilant. Now, I don't know if y'all could guess who wrote that. I'd be lucky to see if he can pull it off. But I want to express again that I could see why the opposition, who may become the ruling, if they become the ruling government, may not want to oppose $4 billion a year. Shucks. And that's what's going to come in off of that alone. I want to be on the right side of that, right? Nah, not at the expense of the people. Not at the expense of the people. And although, like you said, you're not opposed, you support. The other brother had nothing to say. Silence is consent. We know that already, asked Miss Motley. But I just wanted to put this out there in the early, what happened in Parliament today. Nah, Sean, you in late, man. You here, man. We here. This isn't a party, man. This is a Congress. Shout out to Barbados National Congress, man. That's what this is. This is a congressional hearing, Mr. Patrick. That's what this is. And nobody is beyond reproach, man. You know what I'm saying? So, wait, speaking of Mr. Patrick, okay, wait a second. You claim to be bringing out information. Why not talk about me agreeing with the UN Pact to implement biometric devices within the people without letting we Bajans know? Okay, Mr. Patrick. Well, hold on a second. Clearly, the others don't want to hear all that. Well, King Alfred, you know what it is, man. The brother was, he's back in Parliament. He's feeling around. He's feeling his oats. Maybe he ain't sure how, give him a little break, see what comes up. But Mr. Patrick, just as a note to self, you're probably new here on Politically Incorrect. You can tell us where you're coming from. You can just put that in the comments if you don't mind. Let us know you're in Barbados or you are abroad. But Mr. Patrick, in all fairness to the platform, Politically Incorrect, everything you're talking about there, we already talked about already. Like, we already been there and done that. I am not saying you can't bring it back up, but we have talked about that in detail. Perhaps even more than others, man. But you might not be aware of that. But there's a page, you can click on it. You ain't gonna like it or subscribe, but go to the lives, scroll down. There's plenty of videos on there, plenty, man, on a variety of stuff we done spoke about. If you can't find it on that page, go to my personal Facebook page, Emmanuel Barillia. Click on the videos again. You'll see a whole set more. Or go on Politically Incorrect page, which is probably a duplicate of most of what's on my page and what's on YouTube. But I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. But for those who are new to the platform, they said, "Child, brother, how you could say that? The brother is keeping us informed 3 times a week." Nah, Jeremiah, he might be new. He may not be aware. And that's okay, man. And Patrick, I don't want you to go back and forth with the brother. It depends on what information you're referring to. Mia is the one causing all of the problems, corruption, everything else. Talk about these issues. You know what, Patrick? I'm going to do you a favor real quick. Hang on a second. I'm going to do you a favor, man. I'm gonna do you a favor, man. Let me just go ahead and do it real quick here. Hang on a second. I promise you I'm gonna do you a favor. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, I have plans on speaking on Mia tonight anyhow. So let me just go there one time, Patrick. But just for the record, Patrick, when you talk about she's the one, in fact, let me put it up. You said that Mia is the one causing all of we problems, corruption, everything else. Talk about those issues. The truth is, when Mayor Motley was not in office, I am certain I could find someone to say the exact same thing about Frondell Stewart and the DLP. In fact, they labeled that as the lost decade. I mean, I heard Mr. Pisa spoke about stuff the other day that she spoke about the party, you know, some errors were made. I mean, that's anybody who's going to pretend in 2024 that Mayor Motley is the cause of the decline in Barbados is either living under a rock or is just, you know, coming out realizing that, you know, there's actually some things happening that they don't agree with. And although a lot could be said about what Ms. Motley has done, especially during the last 3-4 years, especially the last 3-4 years, in reality, we can't hang the hat on her head. Barbados has been in decline from the inception, man, from the time we became a country. From the time Barbados became a country, Patrick, and this for you personally, and anybody else who think like you. From the time Barbados became a country, well, what do you mean by that, Rastaman? We mean Barbados. I mean, if you could even tell me when Barbados became a country, I might even tell you a little more. But if you don't know when Barbados became a country right now, Patrick, like I'm telling you, man, you're now waking up to a reality that has been going on for a while. Ms. Motley just the latest player on the chessboard. But I guarantee you, you put every minister that's left Parliament, except for the one, I think, who transitioned while in Parliament, every one of them was voted out of Parliament for the same exact thing. And if we think that anybody who's coming now with the same train of thought and from the same school of thought is going to be any different, man, we really living under a rock, bro. Straight. I ain't even mixing my words, man. Tim said that's from Tricia. I read that today. Man, you're an easy. Shout out to Miss Watson, man. Straight up, man. Straight up. Shout out to Tricia Watson. Barbados National Congress, man. Y'all keep playing, man. Y'all keep playing. Y'all keep playing. Let me say it. We are on a platform owned and monitored by Google. It's either release some of the important information that is possible or none at all. Your choice. Yeah, they be trying to shut me down, Jeremiah. But you know, Patrick is he's here. We thank him for coming. He's welcome to share his thoughts like everybody else, and we'll address them accordingly. He might be not aware that we have done some of the things before, so he might not think that we speak on these issues. But we done spoke on it all, man. There's nothing you could, Patrick, there's nothing you could put on my platform right now as a question that we haven't spoken on. None. I mean, like, I should say none, and that's kind of all. But I mean, in terms of the most important issues right now, for or against anybody, it's just a puppet. It's the people's behind her. Straight up, man. She's just the spokesperson. She don't call the shots. I keep saying that, and Patrick may not think that. He think Mia is the problem. Mia is not the problem. It's the plantocracy that we don't even see. That is the issue. You know what I'm saying? When a man could go and sign a check right in front of the whole world for $100 million as a private sector. Don't get me wrong, man. You know, no matter who in party, BRD, they be living. Let me talk facts, man. We talk facts. I said, let's not criticize unreasonable. Nah, we good, man. How's everybody tonight? We doing good, Rosemary. We going to touch on Miss Motley real quick. She went, you know, she did her thing at the UN. She in New York City. She in NYC. But she said, look, I watched about 4 interviews of her. They all impressed with Miss Motley here. They just love Miss Motley, man. They love Miss Motley. They all love Miss Motley. I suppose Miss Motley. I can't say she does or doesn't. But I would say this, though. I've been listening to her a lot lately, and I'm going to tell you something. There's a change happening in her language. There's a change happening in what she's sharing. And I want to play part of this real quick. We're going to touch on it. Okay? Let me put the volume up on this.
And it cannot be too difficult for us to work for peace. It is the same Bible that tells us in the stories of the Old Testament, much which has guided many people across this world. But when we turn from the Old Testament to the New Testament, it is Romans that says to us, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, not any country, not any human being. So that the Bible can't be used as a convenient aid when it suits us and rejected when it doesn't. In the midst of this maelstrom, we were very clear. My country took the step this year of recognizing and establishing diplomatic relations with the state of Palestine, in spite of having supported a two-state solution since 1969. And we did this because it is clear to us that the state and people of Palestine, human beings, are entitled to full recognition by integration into and support from the international community. The Charter does not say we the people, with the exception of any one group from any one part of the world. We join with others, therefore, in congratulating the state of Palestine in taking their seat among the United Nations member states as they did on the 10th of September of this year. And let me be clear, we condemn the actions of Hamas on October 7th. But we equally and strongly deplore the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza, which is the result of the disproportionate use of force by Israel. There's no justification for it.
All right. There's no justification for it. All right. So she spoke on that sensitive matter. All right. So why am I playing this portion? Why am I playing this clip? This is my unabridged opinion when it comes to Miss Motley. And I want y'all to pay attention carefully. I suspect, strongly that when she got into office and got involved in all this platform elevation status, yeah, I can understand why, you're on the world stage now. This is a different conversation. To be able to even speak these world powers, most of which would have enslaved your people for generations, if you're not conscious of that on that level, you're just going to take it as an opportunity to speak at the world stage and not recognize what you're really dealing with or the environment you're in. Or in other words, the level of hostility. Don't mind the laughs and the chuckles and the claps. These folks do not like you. They don't. And I watched the speech went from what seemed to be one of approval and, how should I say, acceptance, and requesting different initiatives that I guess she felt would have taken shape, perhaps in a more expedient way, slowly become a bit angered and frustrated. And you can almost hear it every time she goes there. It gets more and more profound. I remember Mugabe was like that too. Eventually to the point where they would go there and basically almost insult the UN as a joke. Like, this is like a joke. And Miss Motley's been doing that for a little while right now. And somebody said that why don't call her Miss Motley? Why call her Miss Motley as opposed to crime servant or whatever? The reality is that it don't matter. She's the same, arose by any other name. And in reality, why we are looking for politicians to do for us that which we should be doing for ourselves. That has always been my program on this platform, not against me and Motley. Why don't I have nothing against Miss Motley? I have nothing against Mr. Thorne. I've been advocating for the same thing for anybody who's been on this program. Somehow lately it's become somehow politicized. For some reason, all of a sudden in the last few weeks, it's like all of a sudden I am supposed to be either A or B, which is funny because I was never one of the two. But I understand how, when you can't think for yourself, if you don't have your own train of thought, somebody give you a train to ride. Right, Alfred? Might be the express one too. You might miss your stop. But here's the thing. Somebody asked me just now, and I saw it in the peripheral. Hold on a second. Let me get to it. Why Mia ain't the problem? Because Mia is the prime minister of the corporation known as Barbados. How can she be the problem? She's just the administrator of the corporation. The people is the government. So if the people sit back and watch what unfold and do nothing but talk and talk and talk, then how you gonna blame me and Motley? Like really, how can you blame me and Motley? She's the one at this and that. Okay, all right. I don't see why the Indians ain't complaining about me and Motley. Why white babies ain't complaining about me and Motley. Why, in fact, why the Palestinians in Barbados are not complaining about me and Motley. It is only the people who look like us. Strangely enough, the ones that complain the most, the ones that make the most noise, but get the least. How is that possible? The majority of the people in Barbados, because we fail to do for ourselves that which we are begging them to do. People are putting their faith in these ministers every election after election after election. Y'all think Ralph Torn could save this nation? Guess again. Yeah, I call his name. Yeah, I call his name. I'm calling again too. Ask Mr. Ralph Torn this question. I dare any one of y'all that's on this platform know that advocating for such a idea, regardless of who they bring in place. Ask this question about to answer you, because it's critical. Don't come asking me questions. Ask Torn questions. Ask him this. If he were to win the seat tomorrow and all his cabinet, well, majority, it ain't gotta be all. Me probably gonna still get her seat back if she wants it. What is his economic plan to bring Barbados back to a level of stability? We ain't gonna touch the crime. We're not even gonna discuss the crime factor right now, although it is linked directly to the state of poverty right now. If Mia Motley has done all this, if she's the problem, if she indeed is the problem of Barbados, she bore this money, this exorbitant amount of money into the tens and 20s and 30s of billions of dollars. Hypothetically speaking, let's round it off at $50 billion Barbados money. Better yet, $60 billion Barbados money yet. She has gone up to 30 billion US in debt in Barbados. That's an extreme. Let's just put it that way. Because she's that bad. She's that much of a demon. How is Mr. Thorne going to reduce $30 billion in debt on the international level with the IMF, World Bank, China, and all the other secret loans that he might discover, according to people, when he gets into that office? What will be his plan? Ask him what is going to be his plan to bring stability back to Barbados. How is he going to generate income? Where ain't getting the money from? You can raise taxes, Mr. Thorne. You got to raise bus fare just for a little while. You know, you got to explain to people, well, listen, Barbados, I won the seat and I came across these folders, and it is obvious that Miss Motley had done, horrible things to the people of Barbados, and she's got all this debt now. So we now have to pay all this money. So I'm asking y'all to be patient with me and give me a few years to kind of balance the book. But in this process, we're going to have to raise a few extra dollars because these guys are coming down on our necks from the airport to seaport to China, wanted their money, World Bank and IMF, debt restructure plans. So where we going to get the money from? Just a question. Just a question. So having said that, I would like the answer to that question. Where the money going to come from? So y'all think I'm against Thorne. I'm not. I just want to know what the plan is. So once the plan sounds like a sound plan, that sounds like a good plan, I'm supporting whatever plan going to benefit the people of this nation. I don't care if it came from Ninja Man. Free Ninja Man, by the way. The reality is, we want to know, we ain't got to keep talking about how bad Miss Motley is and how much money she's spending on her airfare, how much money she's spending on whatever. What's the plan to empower the people of Barbados? Let me discuss that for a change. We had that conversation, man. Those people she is speaking to cares nothing about the Bible, though. Straight up. That's my point, Empress. They got Miss Motley now quoting the Bible at the UN. That's crazy. She's trying to reach these folks that are unreachable in most cases. This is my point now. Look, shout out to the faith, the family, man. Empress, you must be a part of Barbados National Congress here. I could see you thinking, cap on, man. You must be part of the founding, man. I definitely gotta shout you out on that one. That's my whole point. Yo, they got Miss Motley. Yo, they got her on the world stage quoting the Bible. That's how vexed she at the stage. Look, man, she said we can't use this book when it's convenient. When I hear talking, da 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 da, but then living it straight up. In other words, that's what she basically saying. I could sense her frustration. Why? Because she not getting through perhaps how she felt or thought she was going to get through. All right, so she didn't get the seat everybody said she was working for. I don't even know she was working for it. The point I want to make is now, this Motley y'all seeing right here is a frustrated woman. Becoming an angry woman. Clearly. Because it ain't working out how she thought it should work out. Because what she felt was going to happen, I would go there, I would speak, do my thing, you know how eloquent I am and whatnot. She went and did her thing. She said da 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 and whatever. In reality, Empress, they cares nothing about the Bible and even less about her. They look at her in amazement and they can't believe that, because you got to understand how you got to understand how these folks see Barbados. And I played that clip before, Patrick. You might not have known it, but I played it on this platform from the BBC 4 channel, where they talk about Barbados is a mixture of people who were created by sexual union between humans and chimpanzees, man. They said that on the BBC 4 program. All these white folks that's sitting right there in Europe, in the European Union, that watched the BBC 4, heard the man said that the folks in Barbados, especially Barbados, he said it, are made from a mixture, a sexual union from chimpanzees. You understand me? So when they look at us, they look at her like, yo, look how we train these chimpanzees to behave. They're looking at her like Sarah Bertram. That's her name. If I'm incorrect, somebody correct me. The lady that they had in England in the cage with the large posterior. Sarah Bertram, I think was her name. If I'm incorrect, somebody correct. If I hope I didn't butcher that, but correct me if anything. That's how they're looking at Miss Motley, man. They're looking at her like see a pet in a zoo. They're impressed by her, like wow. They're not listening to what she's saying, man. They ain't listening to her. Miss Motley is not the problem. She might be making decisions that we don't like, and I might agree in some ways. I don't agree with some either. But the people of Barbados is the problem in Barbados, straight up. Full stop. But it's easy to point finger and blame, you know. It's easy to do that. That's how we conditioned to point fingers and blame. Let Egypt deal with Palestine women. Pedro, good night, my brother. Peace, peace, peace. Ron said 12:19. Vengeance is mine, I shall repay. That's Romans 12:19. You got that very quick. You went Sunday school, huh? You got that one very quick. I think she realized she in too deep. I honestly believe that myself, family. I honestly believe that. I think she had genuine ambitions. But the first rule in dealing with the devil is don't, man. I am in Beijing, born 57 years old, born in 1967. So I might not remember everything about the relevant events in Barbados. The BLP has never completed original programs that benefit the people. I don't doubt that at all, Patrick. In fact, I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. Because that was never their calling. Don't forget, the BLP was in existence before the country called Barbados. I hope you understand why I now tell you, Patrick. The BLP was up and running before there was ever a country known as Barbados. Now, a lot of y'all gonna miss that right there, but a lot of y'all gonna get it too. So if you ain't get it, get it. The BLP was in existence before there was a country called Barbados. So in other words, the role and the function of the BLP was never for the country of Barbados, but was always for the advancement of the plantocracy. Don't get tired. That's what they're there for. That's what they're all there for. That's who they work for. So there's no misunderstanding of that. The problem is my people are destroyed because they lack knowledge. There's a lot of programs online right now in Barbados, but you ain't gonna get this right here. You're gonna get the theatrics, the emotional roller coaster. She spent another $1 billion. Oh my God, she wicked as ever. All right, yeah, all right. Okay. They all do it. The problem is not the administrators. The problem is that we, the people, have given up our power over to these administrators to run things when we need to start governing ourselves, man. That is the problem. We don't have a people's government. We have a colonial government, a Westminster government. And we allow them to govern us accordingly when we should be governing ourselves. We are out-governed, man. We are out-organized and out-centralized. That's why we can never mobilize. And it's time we recognize that, Patrick. I fully respect your comment, man. Fully respect it, man. She and Nelson on par. Traders, deep. Pedro, you ain't easy at all, man. Shout out to Jackie. This platform is about family. Straight up, man. Shout out to Barbados National Congress. Aubrey, good night, good night. Yo, you got some folks on here tonight, Aubrey, from down your side, man. Down your side, down there, ATL. I would tell about the program you have on Saturdays. If your program is on tomorrow, Aubrey, put the link in the comments for me, man. Like, put that link right there and put a time and let me know what time it is. So I go ahead and put that up. Straight up. If you're on tomorrow, go ahead and put that up. Y'all gotta listen to this brother right here, Audrey Padmore, man. Padmore Global Enterprise. Y'all gotta check him out. You gotta check him out, especially if you're the ATL. Shout out to the family in UK. Shout out to my big sis right there, and shout out to the matriarch, man. The matriarch of the family, the whole politically incorrect family. Moms, I think you're the official oldest member of the family, man. Although we don't know your age, but we know you're approaching 90. We know that much. But if anybody else older than you, all y'all in the same bracket, man. We love y'all, we love y'all, we love y'all, man. Atlanta in the building, that's what's up, man. Said Ralph Thorne, not a people person. I don't know what Ralph Thorne is, man. You know, we're not supposed to call his name on here anymore. Mia is the one in power now. She is power hungry, hypocritical, and uncouth. Look, all that might be true. It might be truth. But that ain't got nothing to do with us controlling our own destiny, man. Simple. There are a lot of people who benefit from her being hypocritical and uncouth, and they're not saying a word. So the issue is not Miss Motley, it's all the people who silent. It's not Miss Motley. You let your dog loose in your hen house. And you see the dog eating the hens one by one by one by one, and you stand there and blame the dog. And blame the dog. When you who put the dog in the hen house, the hens right now seem powerless because they don't know what to do but clock and try to get out the way. But you who got power to control the dog need to go and get the dog back on a leash. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The gatekeeper. Yeah, he said it. The one who controlled the gate, who allowed the dog to get inside the hen house and just ravish the hens. The issue ain't the dog, man. And I'm not calling Miss Motley a dog, by the way. Just using an analogy. Don't get here now and say call the woman a dog. That's not what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to twist my words, man. But 5G frequency can raise and lower. Well, again, a lot of things in play, man. Mr. Thorne shouldn't have to fix mere debt in the first place. Listen, I totally, look, Patrick, welcome to the family, bro. I totally agree. Look, I agree with everything you're saying. You know, I agree with you, man. I totally agree. But the reality is this, though. He shouldn't have to. That's reality. But he's going to have to. That is also reality. The question is, how? That is going to be a reality. And y'all may not like Mr. Thorne if he start raising BuzzFeed. In fact, let me tell you what Thorne will have to do. I'm going to tell you what he have to do, not what he might do, what he have to do. he's going to have to raise bus fare. Although it will only be temporarily, at least it will be announced as temporary. Because if there's no money coming in to pay off these bills that she had agreements with, these folks want their money. You either going to devalue the money in Barbados, you either going to devalue the money in Barbados and keep things as they are, or you're going to have to inflate things. There's only two roads, you know, Patrick: devalue or inflate. Inflation or devaluation is brother and sister. You got to pick one of the two. But you cannot do both, man. Of course, there's a better solution. Don't get me wrong. And I'm more than willing to share those solutions when the time comes. I ain't got no problem telling you the solutions that, well, what we have come up, what our shadow government. Because I only recently found out something, though, family. Patrick, I'm going to get a little inside secret, man. Let me drink some first. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Love you too. My daughter gave me a big shout out. Let me tell you something, Patrick. I recently, well, not recently discovered, recently put in perspective for somebody. Did you know, Patrick, that there's no registered political party in Barbados? None. There's no registered party. There's no, I mean, they have the BLP, DLP, because that's what's most popular. That's what people know. Right now, because Mr. Thorne has a seat from the BLP, and he walked across the floor, and he strong-armed the DLP. He now have the backing of the individuals that he's collectively put together, what he calls his quote-unquote shadow government. But none of them people ain't got no seat up in there. They ain't got no standing in there whatsoever. Only him. But all those people he put in place is what he classified as the shadow government. Well, whatever you call it. Did you know, Patrick, that anybody in Barbados with a group of people could do the exact same thing and call it the same thing and do the exact same thing, have their press conferences, go to these schools, go to these different areas, agencies, and profess to be the same thing? I kid you not. Having said that, shout out to Barbados National Congress. The shadow behind the shadow, the perfect black. Let who know, let who see, and let who hear. Overstand that one. Same script, different puppets. Same script, different puppets, Patrick. Until we, the people, create our own governing body, it's the same script, Patrick, just a bunch of different puppets, man. If we ain't learned that in 60 years, we ain't gonna never figure it out, man. Straight up. He said he might do it like how Mia do it. Sweet talk. Nah, Pedro, don't do that, Pedro. Do not do that. Ralph is not the sweet talker. I honestly feel like Mia, Ralph may have genuine intentions. Mr. Thorne, sorry, I hate calling him Ralph. It's just disrespectful to me. I was raised differently. Mr. Thorne, I'm sure, has good intentions. I am almost certain he has good intentions. Unfortunately for Barbadians, the road to hell is paved with such ideas. And therein lies the problem. So we just can't deal with this sweet talk. Like I said, somebody go ask Mr. Thorne the question I asked. That's all. I got a question. How you going to fix this Miss Motley's debt issue? How you going to fix that, man? Like what's your economic strategy and economic plan? I think you're the Minister of Economics, sorry, the Minister of Finance. I think he's supposed to be the Minister of Finance. Therefore, as a lawyer, I don't know he's into finance, but maybe he get advice from whoever is advising him all now. And I hope it isn't Sinclair. God knows I hope not. But nevertheless, or who was advising him, because I don't even think he knows it either, but nevertheless, twice. Anyhow, good night, Monica. I see you. I see you. I see you. Congratulations, by the way. How can we sell what is priceless for what is worthless to bring Barbados to its knees? I want to know how Mr. Thorne gonna get the money. Like, where you gonna get it from? You know, tell us how you gonna do it. He said, Emmanuel, help him out, Emmanuel. Nah. We in this together, man. one Barbados. All the Patricks, all the Pedros, all the Tims, all the Jackies, you know what I'm saying? All the Seans, everybody, man, we in this together. We ain't leaving out nobody. Everybody, you know, you have to be out because you want to be out. But we ain't drawing a line. You got to pick a side. We ain't doing that. We all gonna work together, man. Say frustrated with who? That's the token. Nah, I honestly think she frustrated, man. I think she felt that was going to work. I think they probably gave her the impression it was going to work. I guess she recognizing that it's not working at the pace it's supposed to be. The Bible has always been used for warfare. Facts, man. Facts. She is frustrated, so she pleading now. Again, I'm telling you, Empress Spain, you recognize it. Her tone and her speech has gone from, yes, she's still assertive, but it gone from almost appealing to pleading. She was appealing to their moral senses before. You know, Miss Motley quoting scripture, man. She bringing judgment. I'm telling you, man, as much as they build her and love her, if I were her, I'd be very mindful, man. I'd be very mindful, man, because they ain't gonna see, she getting her feelings now. You can tell. I watched this one and I watched another one and I watched how she kind of checks. I watched how she was wording the thing. I'm telling you, Miss Motley ain't the same Miss Motley as before. Something changed. And I ain't saying that I agree with all she's doing. I don't think she make all the right decisions. I would have said that on Friday's program if y'all had tuned in. You're probably elsewhere on another platform. You know, that little shit, but that's all right. But it's on a replay. It's YouTube. You'll pick it up and go watch it. Go watch Friday program when we reviewed Miss Motley's press conference. Go watch that. We do not agree with what she has done. That's for sure. But anyhow, family, he talk, he walk it. They love paint us with their own tar brush. Everything that insult us with is themselves. Hold on. Everything they insult us with is themselves. Man, Pam, let them be, man. Let them be, man. Raises taxes on the rich people in Barbados, not the poorest. You think Rob Tom raising taxes on the rich people in Barbados? Family, that sound good. I can see it now. Yeah. Hey, Maloney. Yeah, there's me. Yeah, me again. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. I got the contribution for the campaign. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah. Got the cement too. Yeah. You can build up the back wall there, because you see the cliff, the fence breaking down. We can fix it. Yeah. Listen though, I was thinking, this thing, me, I left the place in a mess. Yeah, you know that, code. Yeah, but yeah, we know. Yeah. We were thinking, we got to raise taxes because we don't want to make the people. We got to raise taxes. Yes, I agree. Yeah. We were thinking about raising it on the rich in Barbados. People like yourself and the others. The others behind you that we don't even see, but ones that fully. Hello. Pharmacy dead. That ain't happening, family. It's a plantocracy. They're not going in for that. The BLP, the DLP are two establishments that the people of Barbados were given as governing body. We never created that. We ain't created. We came and found it. And unfortunately, we never questioned the integrity of it. We assumed the political ping pong back and forth. 1 year this body, next 5 years, next 5 years, next 10 years, next 15 years, next 10 years. And we went back and forth, and we still going back and forth. Some of y'all think that's going to change, man. Elevate Barbados Radio Show tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, family. Make sure you tune in on www.carrotvoiceradio.org. It's right on the screen, family. Shout out to Aubrey Padmore and Padmore Global Enterprise. I'm telling you, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on www. I think you got one too many W right there, though. Just for the record. It should be 3 W's unless something changed and I don't know. But it should be www.carrotvoiceradio.org. www.carryvoices.org. So go check that out. Check it out for sure. He can put more tax. He can put on more taxes too. But how is he gonna get the money? I mean, there's other ways to get the money. He doesn't have to go the tax route, but he gonna have to put the money up somehow, man. I mean, somehow. Or default. Pedro, do not say that. We do not want Barbados in no default, regardless if it's torn or mere. We do not want that. I was Motley, sorry. Being politically correct. The idea is that we can't afford, because guess what? It's the people who pay the most going to feel it the most. We don't want that. We don't want that. What we want, however, is reform. Ms. Motley is on the global stage asking the international bodies for reform. I figure, you know what? We need the same reform at home, Ms. Motley. Same reform at home. We need that at home, man. You on the world stage talking, I realize what you have done actually is led by example. So I am very happy to hear that. I myself, I'm very proud of you. Yes, I am saying that on my own platform. They're going to think I definitely sell out right now. Yes, I'm proud of that. Go on the world stage and you appeal to those folks and you appeal to them in the manner that you're appealing. Because what you have done for me, you have inspired me personally, Miss Motley. That's why the Barbados National Congress is going to appeal to you now, Miss Motley, that we need reform at home. At home, you need to address the issues with the banks. Despite the money laundering going on the highest level, the small man can't seem to get in there and get a decent account without having to take forever. You spoke about it. However, we don't just want an account. We want our own bank. We don't want to bank with the bankers that have been banking us for all these years. We want our own banking system. Yes, BNCC. Wait, I can't remember the rest. But yes, the Barbados National Congress financial banking system is what we're talking about. We want our own bank, Miss Motley. That's what's going on. We need reform in the central bank acts. We need access to more funds at home, Miss Motley. Individuals that have loans and these mortgages. Rastafari community need the reparation for the injustices that was done to us by this administration and the other administration from the inception in this country. We need reform in the education system. It is almost unheard of and almost criminal to ask our children to go to school from time they're in primary school and sit at a desk for 6 hours a day. Children are energetic and full of life. Sit down. We need reform in education. St. Kofi University, full respect, man. We need reform in our healthcare system. It don't make no sense talking about it and not doing it. All these hotels, look, we got plenty of hotels right now that shut down, closed down. They need to open up one, retrofit that piece, make it into additional hospital and run things differently. I'm just saying. Just saying. Too much waiting in the A&E. Too much folks not getting the proper care. I was over there about a week or two ago, and I went into the doctor's booth. Yes, I had to do it. Call at attention. Excuse me. And I charge all of them. The problem in the hospital is the doctors, because they have the ability to make y'all do the right thing, and they do nothing but collect the salary. That's what's going on in Barbados. Enough is enough. Mr. Thorne, you say you want to make a difference. Let's have a conversation. Ms. Motley said you want to make a difference. Let's have a conversation. Barbados needs reform. You don't need a long talk. It's real simple. I know give you a few ideas. We could go on all night in a long conversation. Agriculture, don't even start me on that. Barbados agriculture sector is what built partly Europe, the European empire, what we know as Britain. Let me talk about it. Britain made her wealth off of this island and a few others, but definitely this island. So wait a minute. So how comes we ain't making the money off of agriculture? Because they're killing the sector, and Darware is not aware of what he is doing. He has no clue. Which is not a problem or an indictment on him. He don't have to have a clue. But there are people who can assist him. You need to reach out to the people who can assist. All these consultants you're paying them, people right here on the ground got the knowledge. You bring a man from all the way from yonder to explain to you how to do things in Barbados. They ain't got a clue about the climate condition or the soil texture. Y'all people drunk, man. You're drunk off your own ignorance. Yeah, he said it. And that's what's basically going on. So we got programs like Politically Incorrect and a few others. I don't call names. Everybody got their part to play here. See, Politically Incorrect, the Fade Family, and Barbados National Congress. Don't get tired with it, man. Don't get twisted. None of us are waiting for a minister to come and save us. We ain't waiting for no politician to come and save us. Y'all can vote for whoever you want to vote for. Our votes already cast. We vote in self. Knowledge of self. We can save ourselves. Straight up. That's what we're dealing with. A government by the people, for the people, of the people. We don't want all the other stuff. They could keep doing that. We ain't into the cooperation. We into cooperation. Don't let that miss you. On that note, man, let me just roll out of here. Been on here for a little while. What time is it? Damn, almost 2 hours. That wasn't the plan. I got some other stuff I want to share. But I just want to share Miss Motley quote in scripture. That was profound, man. She is reaching a breaking point. I'm telling you, like a bird coming out of hibernation, man. Miss Motley going to flip just down. Y'all keep pushing, man. She going to flip. I'm telling you. But speaking of flip, though, I agree with you, Patrick. Corruption. But you can't put corruption on Miss Motley. Like, really, Patrick? You can't. Miss Motley, if she is corrupt, and not the leader of corruption at all. We ain't gonna talk about corruption in Barbados, man. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. I was listening to this here earlier. Let me play this real quick. Let me just go back here real quick and play this, man. Imagine the mayor in office, they went for him. These ministers in Barbados. Yes, Patrick. If Miss Motley's corrupt, she better be careful. You know what I'm saying? Better be careful. Better be careful.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams pleaded not guilty at his arraignment for corruption charges. Bloomberg's managing editor for the Americas, Miles Miller, joins us now. And Miles, we should note, has covered New York City for years. Any color from the arraignment?
Yeah, so his quote was, "I am not guilty, Your Honor." So usually people just say not guilty or that kind of thing, but he wanted to make it clear. Adams in court, according to our reporters inside court, was very, very grave. His expression very grave. And we also know that he really was taking in the moment, the severity of the charges. We know that Judge Catherine Parker advised him of the rights. She read for 4 minutes some of the volume of charges in this case, which she said included getting a free driver, getting these travel perks, and really talked about the severity of the case.
Right. And one thing we should mention as well is that these charges date back from before he was New York City's mayor, from when he was president of the Brooklyn Borough.
Yeah. So this scheme, according to prosecutors, started way back when he was Brooklyn Borough president, the stepping stone to become
bribery, fraud charges, accepting illegal campaign contributions, accepting improper benefits, details nearly 24 overt acts. Listen, I'm telling you, man, this is a whole different day. Straight up.
Becoming mayor here, his attorneys had said today, which was really striking, that they want a speedy trial. And we thought that was just Eric Adams posturing, but they really want a speedy trial here, which would mean within 70 days. That's that speedy trial window. But there is so much evidence and so much discovery in this case. It's really unusual to see a speedy trial in a case like this.
Adam has made clear he does not plan to resign. Can anything or anyone force his removal?
Yeah, the governor has the ability to remove him from office, as does the Inability Committee, a committee that's made up of a deputy mayor, the Queensborough president, and several other officials, including the comptroller, who viewers of Bloomberg know well, who could say that he is not able to remain in office. But we know that the one person who's on that committee, the city council speaker, has already said that she supports him and she wants to see where this case goes before they make any decision like that.
Well, I gotta say this, man. And I like that one. The Inability Committee. We might need that in Barbados, Patrick. You know what I'm saying, Patrick? We might need that in Barbados. the inability committee, so that when you're in office and you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, and you're dealing with corruption and there's evidence of that, because okay to say, and if you see it, you got to follow the money, find the paper trail, and find the facts. Because anybody can say anything, but then what you can say is what you can prove, and you got to prove it. People may not know, but there was one political party where El Barra broke off and formed the DLP. That's right. That's my point. That's right. The BLP is formed from the elites, white slave owners, and Uncle Toms. But Patrick, I tell you, you in the right platform, man. You speak in our language. We're not delusional. We know exactly who's who. And don't get me wrong, Mr. Errol Barrow, although that is not his real name, well, his name as it is, because if family changed his name, they changed the name to hide their identity. I use the word hide because it wasn't obvious. Like I never knew this till I knew it. I was up 10 years old when I found out that. Okay, wow, I didn't even know that. But anyhow, Patrick, very good point. The point I want to make is don't forget that the BLP was formed by the elites, white slave owners, and Uncle Toms. So by your own words, Patrick, you are suggesting it's implicit in what you have said or suggested that Errol Barra was either a slave owner or Uncle Tom. See, this platform is thinkers. We think for ourselves, man. Implicit in what you're suggesting is that Errol Barra was an Uncle Tom or a slave owner or both. I don't know. My point is that, yes, he was part of the BLP. So the DLP isn't like Catholic Spiritual Baptist. You understand me? The BLP is not like juxtaposed from Catholicism to Spiritual Baptist. The DLP is equivalent to the Anglican Church. You get it? The DLP is equivalent religiously like the Anglican is in proximity to the Catholic. BLP. I couldn't have said it any better, man. Like I couldn't have said, like, I give thanks for that download, man. That's what it is, man. So let's not be delusional. We need the Spiritual Baptist approach. We don't want the Anglican approach. And by the way, that was purely spiritual from the ancestors, because the Anglican Church in Barbados is who holding the land back from the people. We did a program on that too. How did church get so much land? Slave owners and Uncle Toms. But anyhow, that's another conversation. Mr. Thorne can elaborate on that because I heard he's a minister. But we're dealing with the fact that the people need the Spiritual Baptist form of government, not the Anglican form juxtaposed to the Catholic. You could almost never tell the difference, quite frankly. We don't even want the Methodist version. It's too similar. We want the Spiritual Baptist, man. The chanting and the beating and the drum and calling the ancestors for the guidance. Yeah, we want them kind of thing. We want the African spirituality form of government. That's what we're calling for. We don't want the fella who broke away because he wanted to get married. He didn't like what they were doing, so he wanted to do his own thing. But he gonna do everything they were doing, but just his way. We don't want that there. No. Miss us with that, man. We don't want that. We don't want that. They will have to cut government spending, which they never do, because they will lose the next election. Sean, look, politically, look, you know what, man? All I can do is just love y'all, man. Y'all not easy at all, man. Like, y'all ain't easy at all. But listen, that mayor right there, and look, the point I want to make is that they went for him when he was in office. Then they asked him to resign, and he didn't want to resign. We got ministers right now that are in breach of laws in Barbados that violate people's constitutional rights, going back to the Government Industrial School and Wilfred Abram. Yeah, I mean, forget. We got Kay McConney, if that's her name. I probably always butcher it. I'm sorry if I did. Minister of Education, going back to this instrument they did at school with the children. Violation again. Constitutional violation. Those are constitutional violations. She should have been sued. By the way, there's no statutory statutory expiration on that. Statutory expiration, that's the term they use, right? Statute of limitations, sorry, pardon me, on that, on constitutional violations. So she ain't off the hook yet. Abraham off the hook. Don't tell himself they're off the hook. I didn't even use the word yet. I pull that one back. Nah. Some up to now, we ain't get no answer for none of two of them situations. They did investigations on both and locked up the investigation. So we gotta wait till somebody come in now and pull up that file if they're allowed to speak on it. Serious, man. Then Charlie said, I feel Ralph Torn got good intentions too, Emmanuel. Look, I honestly feel he got good intentions, man. I don't think anybody goes in there with ill intentions. I don't think that's what it is. However, the arena turns you into something different, man. You need to go on the Marcy Week show and ask him, who, me? You want me to go, Maria, hold on a minute. You want me to go on the Marcy Week show and ask Mr. Thorne a question? Mr. Thorne know my number. I mean, we met at night, we interacted for a brief moment. Like I said, I admire a lot of things he's looking to do. I don't doubt that he's, like I said, I don't doubt he has good intentions. But I do have some additional questions. I noticed that nobody's asking Mr. Thorne. I mean, absolutely nobody. Even at these press conferences, nobody's asking the kind of relevant questions I think needs to be asked. And I think those questions could only strengthen his campaign. In fact, if he has the answers for the questions, I am sure he will gain ground and credibility. And so I don't see why he wouldn't want those questions asked. To avoid them is almost to put himself in a corner. They call BIM Switzerland of the Caribbean. Yeah, I like that because I like that. That might be the gospel truth. Speaking of the Bible, St. Clair was bad, but we got the IMF man in charge of the central bank now. That is a serious thing. Well, the reason why the IMF is here so visible, and I hate to say this, and we blame Ms. Motley, right? But let's be honest. The reason why the IMF is here so visible is because Frondel hid the fact and didn't step up to that level. He knew what would have happened. So he played it safe, let them do the work in the background without giving them that much authority over the nation or the finances of the nation. So he held it as much as he could. And although we laugh at Frondel Stewart and make, we had a lot of jokes and stuff and figured that he, how could he have known, or not known? The reality is he made a decision that cost him perhaps his political career, but he will go down in history, not as being one of the worst prime ministers, but one that had a strategy that most people never realized till, in fact, most folks probably haven't even realized it yet. Because the IMF in now in Barbados, why you think Miss Motley got a meeting 3 days after? Because they were just sitting to wait to see who won the election. And once they realized who won the election, a phone call was made. Yeah, hello. Yeah, be in my office in 3 days. Yeah. She had to go. You think she called them or they call her? Think about it. That was scheduled long before. So regardless of who won the election, that meeting was scheduled. That's why Frondel kept quiet in campaign, because he did not want to do it. He said, nah, boy, I gonna give it. Nah, I gonna throw the election. I gonna throw the whole election because I ain't doing it. He knew what that would have meant, and he didn't want it for himself, but we ain't not going to see that wisdom now. We're not ready for that kind of wisdom. We just want to point finger and put blame. We want to point finger and assign blame. There's an old African saying, fix the problem, not the blame. We can't keep talking about what wrong me and Motley is doing, or what Ralph Torn is not doing, or what whoever else or whatever. We got to realize that if we're going to save ourselves in this situation, we got to save ourselves in this situation. We can't shout Marcus Garvey in consciousness and not decide to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. You can't. Bob done said it. Everybody proud of him done said it. Don't make no sense. Tax haven for billionaires. That's right. Welcome to Barbados. What do you think the B in Barbados is for? Beautiful? Guess again. Good night, family. Question: you feel Thorne has good intentions about what? Well, I think he has good intentions about what he's saying to the people of Barbados. I think he has all good intentions of what he's saying to the people of Barbados. I think he actually believes what he's saying. So I don't doubt he means what he's saying. The question is, how does he plan to pull it off? It's over to tell the folks you want to go to the moon. We're going to fly to the moon. You've got material on the moon. You can live on another planet. It's okay to say that. It may sound good. It may even invoke emotions in folks. Oh, man, we get to go to the moon. We're going to be able to, we got to deal with all this sun and this heat no more. Wow. Yeah, it might even be a fantasy for some to stargaze. But the point is, how you plan to get there, though? Like, the boy not answered our question yet. How do you plan to get to the moon? Don't tell Barbadians you're going to take to the promised land, Mr. Thorne, and not lead the way. They follow Moses blindly because he had already displayed a few signs and wonders that caused the folks to subscribe to what he was doing. In fact, he spoke the language of God. So the people knew who to follow. The language of God, man. The language of God. She has the right. She has the right gender. Wait a minute. I'm not sure where this one applying to, but I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. I'm not sure you mean Ms. Motley, or I guess I'm not sure that was a comment responding to somebody's comment, Pedro. But let me know. But let me get serious though. I think I might have missed something. But anyhow, I'm trying to scroll through. Raising taxes on the rich will cause the rich to leave. Once you know, all them people, investors, be out cold, man. That ain't gonna happen though. They're not going for that. Pedro say, Telly at Sean. That's right. Ray taxes. Taxes make the rich. Facts. Rich don't. Just for the record, family, and Donald Trump, right? The rich don't pay taxes. Just for the record. The running of the plantocracy. Empress, it's about time they raised taxes on the rich. The poor had it. Poor people complain about it, but they still paid it. Listen, rich folks do not pay taxes. It's an illusion, man. You see what's going on in Jamaica right now with the Prime Minister? I mean, pay attention. The Prime Minister, he got investigated. He too don't pay tax. They do not pay taxes. Do not get tied up in it. Greetings, family. Good night. Good night. I know come from the Guyana News. Listen, shout out to my Guyanese family at home and abroad. Let us know where you at, family. Where you hailing from? Where you at right now? I know you from Guyana, but where you at right now, man? Let us know. We're building the community, man. What is the status of Harrison Point? Is it sitting idle? Tim, I honestly don't think so. They said they're going to use it to do something with it. I'm not even sure. I'm not even going to pretend I have an idea. I heard too many things to say accurately what is going on in North Point right now. Real thing, man. Real thing. Barbados was rich beyond worth less money. Pardon me. And the hotels, aka concrete plantations, are an insult. The hotels are the plantations by the sea. My red stuff going, man. The mango juice still tastes good. Anyhow, family, what time is it? Let me get out of here, man. It's about time. Okay, hold on. Night love, family, and mom and I. Yes, we see you. Wait, what happened? You got kicked off of Facebook, family? Beer drama in NYC. What's going on in NYC, Jackie? Tell us. But yet the orange man can't hold one charge. Once you know, Maria. Elbar was definitely no hero, despite the rhetoric. He was not for the people of Barbados. I know we talked with his free education. Look, don't get me wrong, man. Like I said, when they offered free education, we got to understand they were looking for workers to work in a new governing framework. Don't forget, there was already a governmental system in place through Westminster prior to Barbados becoming a country or independence. Prior to independence in 1966, the country known as Barbados never, and I repeat, it never existed. This is for my family now tuning in for the first time, for those who might not be aware of this platform. Barbados, the country, never existed before 1966. Remember that. So what the free education was supposed to do was to create cogs to fill the wheels of a system, a mechanism that they needed to function on its own to bring it to where it is today. It's a machine. You call it a country, it's a machine. And all those cogs, like a clock, turning, brought this machine and the hands on this clock to point to the time that we are in now. It is not by chance. And every politician and every prime minister and every election played a pivotal role in bringing Barbados to the point we are today. Unless we get off of that timeline, listen to what I'm saying carefully, family. Unless we exit that timeline, we're going to find ourselves at a destination point that is already preset and ordained. Doesn't matter who sits in that seat. We, the people, need to govern our own affairs. And until we do so, we'll be servants to a plantocracy, now commonly known as a country led by the administrators of the plantocracy. So get it together, family. Emmanuel, don't misunderstand. Don't misunderstand me, Emmanuel. It's all love. Nah, man. We good, bro. You mean we good, bro? Nah, I ain't misunderstanding a thing. I ain't missing and I ain't under nothing. Emmanuel, I didn't say what I said out of hatred. I know you were better at explaining. Nah, Jem, man, we good. I didn't think you said nah. Don't read too much into it like that, man. We good. We men. We having a conversation. We don't all have to agree. We don't all have to agree. If all of us agree, then only one of us is relevant. And all of us is relevant. So we all got something to say. Let's make sure you bring the facts with you. You can prove it. Or just be talking because you're emotional. For whatever reason. I don't even know. Commission should elaborate on that. He pimping reparation and not repatriation. Well, oh man, boy, he said commission. Commission. Look, man, where that name come from, first of all? Like, where the origin of that name? Commission. Look, I ain't touching that one. Because reparation and repatriation are two areas that I'm passionate about, although I don't see it the same way. We are the original people. We're indigenous. Anywhere we go, we don't have to repatriate. All is home. Wherever we go is home. But we do need to redress the grievance, a redress of grievance for what has happened before we talk any reparations. Somebody got to be held accountable for all that has happened in order to be moved forward. So we just going to move forward and build strength and watch how fast they step up once we have strength. Because once we have strength, they know we're coming for what is ours. But until we build that strength and we still sitting back idly separated in our own little circles and secret circles with fancy handshakes and all that crazy stuff, so long as we keep doing that and they see us doing that, they feel safe to keep doing what they're doing. They're going to clap for Miss Motley all the time, for sure. But they ain't giving her what she asking for. Bet that. I bust out one big laugh in the people's store. Who me? Go on, who show? Wait. Why not? Why not, man? You bust out a laugh in the people's store. Nah, you gonna be good, family. You gonna be good, man. Remember the Pied Piper led the rats into the river. Be careful what you follow. Well, I gonna change what to, well, who? The Pied Piper, right? That was deep. Real serious thing right there. Yeah, that I gotta get that one, man. I gotta give you that one, family. Let's take a look at Candace Owens' skinning up the Irish genealogy. Scam La Harris. Stop playing, man. Stop playing. Somebody said that her father is not her father. I don't know how true that is. Look, these folks done gone into her grandmother's, her father's, mother's history and found out some stuff that don't look good. Look, this thing, you cannot make this thing up, man. It is obvious to duck, man. They making beer mock sport at people, man. All of them making mock sport. And those who sincere getting laughed at, man. Being ridiculed and the whole bunch of other stuff, man. Anyhow. You say, wait. I in Seattle. What? You in Seattle? Brethren, message me, man. You got to shout me. We got to talk. We definitely got to talk. You got the elder out. I got a roster elder out in Seattle. The brethren. We got to talk. We got a reason. Yo, send me a message, man. When you get a chance, let me reason. It's sticking. Idle like Kensington Oval. It's sitting idle. I'm not sure. It's sitting idle like Kensington Oval. What you meant, Empress? What's sitting idle? Patrick. Well, Patrick, I'm gonna tell you this, right? You said that Patrick's palm short talking a lot of foolishness. You need to check your facts to stop talking nonsense. All right, well, I'm gonna tell you this much, Patrick. Well, I don't know. One of the things I don't promote or encourage is, it's okay to respond to somebody's comment, but I don't know if you could say she's talking foolishness. I mean, if there's facts that need correcting, just correct her. But you ain't gonna say she's talking foolishness. If she said something that was an error, just since you know better, just put the information in, explain to Ms. Stewart. Well, look, you said this, but that's not correct, and just correct it, right? Politically incorrect. You get it, Patrick? We got house rules on here, man. We don't support that kind of thing, my brother. The school chancellor just resigned. Really? A lot of resignations coming in these days, man. Why he said he don't pay taxes because corrupt politicians makes the laws for their friends. I guess that's how you justify it, Pedro. I guess so. In word for taxpayers' money. In waste of taxpayers' money, spending all that money just to abandon these buildings afterwards. You mean, okay, I got you. You meant St. Lucie, the hospital, sitting there idle. Okay, I got you. I picked it up. I just heard your thoughts too, man. He said he is a black man. A colored man. I ain't even touching it. Patrick, I taught what I can walk. Your stance is insulting. It's just what the enemy loves. I am not the one to poke. We got bigger fish to fry. Classy, very classy and elegant. You see that we talk about, Patrick? You can share your thoughts, but we this is politically incorrect, man. We a family here. We a family. We having a family discussion. So we gonna keep it on that level, man. You ain't gotta agree, but we ain't want to be insulting though. I'll call you tomorrow. Yeah, I can give thanks, man, for sure. If you don't hear me the first time, just send me a message though. Tomorrow is a special occasion, a special occasion, a special occasion, man. Yeah, for sure. I heard you. I embraced Harris' point. I heard you when you said it in your mind. I heard you before you typed it. I got you covered, man. I got you covered. Patrick, family. Anyhow, family, that's actually the last comment for now. Good. We actually got through the comments tonight. Look here, family. It's over 2 hours. We're going to be out of here. We didn't want to stick up that kind of thing. Listen, there's a cannabis event coming up in October, in case y'all don't know it, in Barbados. I'm going to probably promote that on Monday. So stay tuned. I'm going to give you some details on that. There's actually a cannabis seminar. Not seminar. Kind of a cannabis showcase, kind of. I ain't even really sure what to call it. I'm not even sure what to call it, although I should be sure what to call it, but I don't want to call it wrong. So Monday, we're going to discuss that, and we're going to see if we get some folks from the medicinal cannabis industry to come on board and have a conversation. That should be interesting. I'm definitely going to reach out to them and see what's up. So that'll be cool. But tell a friend, politically incorrect family. It's been an interesting night conversation. I hope y'all feel the same way. And if I said anything that was incorrect, my number's right there. Text me, WhatsApp me, shout me, and we can get it clear, man. But we the people, we gotta support we on, man. I'm saying start doing for us what we can do for ourselves. Family, oh, by the way, I've been going through this book right here. Let me tell you something, man. Let me put it where you can see it. Instructions for the treatment of Negroes. Instructions for the treatment of Negroes. Let me tell you something. The more I read this, the more I come to realize, family, we've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, man. Because this is written by, we talk about Willie Lynch a lot, right? But Willie Lynch ain't got nothing on Drax Hall. Willie Lynch ain't got nothing on Drax Hall's. Drax Hall, these are the notes that Drax Hall wrote. Let me tell you something, man. Look, I wish I could print some of this and just disperse it freely. I wonder if I could do that. I mean, the things he wrote here was clearly for two different class of people. The plantocracy and the, I don't want to say the slaveocracy, but believe me, man, when he talked about, for example, it is the duty, listen to this is the man wrote instructions for the treatment and improvement of Negroes. That was later on. He said, it is a duty enjoyed by God that men should treat each other with the respect, kindred, and humanity due to the ranks and situation, meaning the status. He wasn't respecting the people that was on his plantation, right? That didn't apply to them. They were considered 3/5 human. So you were 3/5 human. So hold on a minute. If you were 3/5 human, what was the other two? Love y'all, family, man. Y'all have a great night. And oh wait, I got some comments. Shucks. Oh, Pedro said a symposium. Is that? I don't think it's a symposium. It's like I don't want to call it like it's a show. It's like a trade show, kind of like they have booths and stuff, and other people showcasing what they have. I think it's a Barbados thing, but they invited people from different parts as well to come be a part of it. So I don't want to call it a trade show, but they haven't. I'm terrible. I really shouldn't know what they're having. In fact, hold on. Let me not give you the right information. So they don't say giving out wrong information. Let me tell you what it is real quick. Give me a second there, Pedro. Let me check it. Okay. This should be it right here. Yeah, no, that's wrong. Sorry, wrong file. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Okay, so it is no, that's the wrong document. That is the wrong document. It is the conference. It's a conference. So they're having a conference in October. I think it's the 11th and the 12th. Don't quote me on that. If I'm incorrect, I'll correct it on Monday. So if you're tuned in, you will get direct stuff. But they're having a conference, a medicinal cannabis conference, and I think you have to register first online in order to get your pass. It's a free event, to my knowledge, and there's obviously a lot of information. And they've obviously, they've made some grounds, they've done some things, and so it promises to be something that is enlightening and enlightened. So we're gonna see what's up with that. Having said that, I see some other comments here. He said, okay, I apologize to Pam Stewart. But Patrick, you know what? I salute you for that, man. That's manly. That's manly, man. That's manly. That's manly. I fully respect what you did, man. I fully respect that, man. That's what we're talking about. You see, it's okay to be wrong, It ain't wrong with being wrong. But if somebody point out you're wrong and you recognize, all right, I respect that. And nothing wrong with that. We could get past it and we gonna keep going. So that's good. That's good, man. Empress laughing at Patrick. That's all right, Patrick. You gotta take this side of the defense now too. It's all love though, man. It's all love. Pedro say the check. Timbuktu. I'm not okay. I got you. Not sure to pronounce the first one. I'm not sure to pronounce it, but I'm definitely on it. The name Commission comes from Old English name. I'll say any bet, man. Any bet. I keep telling folks. And Pamela, by the way, that's right. Shout out to the family, man. I was going to say that a lot of the plantation in Barbados wasn't owned by white folks here. I had a few commissions in there too, but it'd be funny if his family owned plantations, right? He talked about reparation. That, you know what? Yo. I heard that. I hope y'all heard that too. That'd be a straight front, man. That's why he want reparation. Let me stop playing, man. Although I ain't playing. Let me go. Look, it's 11:30. We out of here, family. Patrick and Palm Store, unity, peace, and love. That's what's up, man. Be good people. We were only considered 3/5 after the census of the United States of the late 1800s. Yeah, but check this out, brethren. That 3/5 status situation, that started in Barbados, bro. In fact, it started in Barbados before it reached your shores. They was practicing that down here for a while, man. See, Barbados got a lot to answer to, but that's a story that's never been told. Like I said when I first started, the story had never been told. Negroes and C. Oh man. King Alfred, you know what this thing right here, this C. This right here, it deep. It's written in the Old English though, so there's no S, there's an F in place for S. So you gotta kind of go through it with the Old English language, man. Pedro asks, how much medical weed has been cultivated so far? Why it ain't under health and under agriculture food? Woo! I ain't want to touch that one there. Pedro, at the conference, we're going to ask them questions, man. We're going to ask them questions. The whole world is a stage. It is easy to respect a man who admits when he is wrong and apologizes. Yes, indeed. It's even more important when the woman recognizing, like Pam did, to maintain her grace. See, that's what's important. Because a man could be wrong. Ain't nothing wrong being wrong. But a woman should always be graceful, man. Always graceful and full of grace. That's the key. 3/5 compromise was reached among states delegates during the 1787 Constitutional Convention. It determined that 3 out of every 5 slaves were counted when determining a state total. Well, it may have seemed that way on that side of the fence, but trust when I tell you, that wasn't the case in BIM at all. Pedro said his mom was Lily White. Oh man, let me not get on Mr. Commichon, lest they say trying to, but we're gonna do some research on this. Look, we've been on here a minute, family. Yes, correction, family. Now look, there's something called, listen, hold on, family. Check this out. There's something called the Barbados Slave Code. I know you might know that. If you haven't heard about it yet, though, go Google it. Barbados Slave Code. Go check that out, family. 1653, I believe. 1653. Lord Willoughby and Clan. Check it out. You mean Drax? Yeah, Drax. Yes. Wait, what I said, Sean? Did I say Hall? Drax Hall? I hope it is. Well, wait, is it Drax Hall? Yeah. Is it Drax Hall? I hope so. If I said something different, I meant Drax Hall. Just for the record, let me correct myself. Yeah, Sean, I meant Drax. Drax with Litz ain't got nothing on Drax. Well, Drax Hall, Mr. Hall, Drax Hall. I ain't sure. Either way, let me know. I'll be out of here, man. Everything started in Barbados, even that thing they practice in South Africa. Facts, man. Facts, man. Ben was the port slaves was distributed from. Facts, man. Facts, man. Facts. Family, listen. We got it. The brother was on here a few nights ago, and we got to do a discussion on sovereignty and nationality and status. I think it's only right. It's about time. We've talked about it for a long time. It's overdue. We can't talk about self-governing and not talk about sovereignty and status. So it's that time. Barbados National Congress, fully salute you. Fully. Yes, Pam. Thank you, family. We all family here. We all family. No enemies here. Barbados was a rock they used to set us up to be prisoners of war around the world on our own land. We are the head and not the tail.
Real news for the people in real time.
Love. Pam, I love your grace, man. Love your grace. Even though you have a whole different side of you. Love it. Listen, family, we out of here, man. I got a tune I want to play tonight, though. I can't play it, though. I wanted to play it, but I can't play it. It is not appropriate. It's actually a bit personal, man. And I decided, Emmanuel, man, don't do that. Don't do that. Be the bigger man. Don't do that. Don't throw no shade. Do not throw any shade, man. Do not throw any shade. So I decided against that. Man, Pam, I know you ain't blushing. I know you ain't. Yo, wait. Yo, shout out to the general while we at it, man. Shout out to Big Tony in the building, man. Shout out to Big Tony. I can't always shout out the matriarch and shout out my family right there, my big sis. And not shout out the general, man. Big Tony in the building, man. Straight up, man. The Barbados Slave Code was the law passed in 1661. Yes, Greta, thanks for the correction. Not 1663, 1661. Well, the thing is, the Constitution of Barbados is 1663. It was the charter before, but it became the Constitution, Barbados Charter of 1663. So thanks, Greta. You see those two documents right there? One in 1661 and one in 1663. There's another thing you should look up while we at it. Codrington College, around that same time, family. Anyhow, Empress of play, man. The generals say hi back. Full salute, man. Full salute. I would love to play Empress, but I don't think I ever played a tune from this artist before, But man, don't make me do this, yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it, Empress. Do not do it, Empress. Don't do it, Empress. I don't want to play that one. I don't want to play that one at all. Nah, look, I can play this one right here, look. I got this one always on standby. Always on standby. Always on standby. Always on standby. You know why I have this on standby always? Because I play this all the time. And you know why I play this all the time, family?
We all can make it.
We all can make it, man.
Together,
Let's just come together.
come together.
Stop government, man.
We can make it work if we come together and make it work. I'm telling you that we can make it work. Be more realistic and make it work.
Yes. We can make it work, family. We just gotta work together,
We
family.
all can make
I am gonna
come together. If we come together, we can make it work. If we come together and make it work. I'm telling you that we can make it work. Be more realistic and make it work. You see, too much of the slack is idle business. Yes, we need to see more reality. Open the people's eyes to truth and justice. Sing songs that bring memories so we can make it work. If we come together and make it work. I'm telling you that we can make it work. And if we come together, we can make it work. You see, too much of the jump up. Too many of the wine and stuff. Too much of the fine for your matey. Soon one day you're gonna run out of luck. So we can make it work.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on, man. Hold up. Pull that up. Hold on a second. Before y'all folks start signing off, my apology. I have one more thing I had to say tonight that was disturbing to me. And I use the word disturbing, but I don't want to use the word disturb, but it was disturbing. Let me see how best I could do this here now. Here, called this one here, a little bit more personal. Let me think carefully how to do this. Let me think how to do this first. Give me a second, because give me a second. Yeah, give me a second. That tune just remind me, right? Because I had to, yeah, it just triggered something, family. And this should probably be the first thing I started with tonight, in truth, because it is of that nature. But it happened this way for a reason. So let me share the screen real quick, because some of y'all might be aware of this already, and some of y'all may not be aware of this. So let me just go ahead and share the screen real quick. Apparently today, family, hold on a second, Jackie. There was another stabbing at one of our schools in Barbados. Another one. No, right, family, don't get me wrong, because I just read this thing different. I get my downloads different. So I ain't speaking for nobody right now, and I ain't know who gonna be offended or what. Feel how you choose to feel, right? But let me show you something. All of a sudden, there was an issue with shootings in Barbados, and the police talk with guns. All the guns are the problem. We need to take the guns off the street. We need to get the guns off the street. No. But wait. Want to see this right here, though? Want to see this? Want to see this? Another stabbing in Barbados today. Now, I don't want to put it. The school is Graydon Sealy. You know, for those who might not know, it's Graydon Sealy. That's the former Garrison Secondary School, if not mistaken. And for they understand that the young man, the individual, had to be treated, but it's not threatening, not life threatening. But they thought about what could have happened if it was. I suppose it was somewhere that it could have been life threatening if it was a bit, perhaps in a little bit 1 inch this way or that way. I ain't sure. But what I'm saying is that So now it ain't a gun issue no more. You see this right family, you keep saying it was the guns and Mr. Tony, others, and I said to the others, listen, man, it is the mindset we have to address first, not the guns, not the laws, not the bills, not all y'all talking about. None of that is going to work. We have to address the mindset. Shout out to Biap. Lamoma could tell you firsthand the works that Biap would have done in Barbados, in Trinidad, in St. Lucia, in St. Kitts on multiple occasions. It's the mindset, man. It's the mindset. Now, I don't know who advising y'all, right? These committees, why y'all forming committees? The youth so here no stabbing themselves, no ain't no guns no more, they no stabbing themselves. Two already for the week. 2. Man, look, man. Let's see one of next week, man. We'll talk to one of next week, man. Straight up, man. Cause this shit. I don't even look. Hey boy, question me, but I question this body. I support this boy and that body. Try and go and support the youths, man. Do something for the youths in Barbados. That's what you should do. Go do something for the youths in Barbados, man. Straight up, man. Straight up, man. Because I don't understand this thing at all, man. I tell them when I write all these task force, so when I got all these, this thing, third, got policemen beating young men, in broad daylight, beating them, slapping them about, doing all kind of thing with it feel like about here. Barbados National Congress here. It coming. Remember that. Coming, man. Coming for one. They could keep talking. Said teach the youth emotional regulation and conflict resolution. Even that right now, God, is secondary. Because knowledge itself automatically bring them things into perspective automatically. You got to teach them their identity. They don't have that. That is the issue. The root of the problem is lack of knowledge of self. All the other principles and all the other this, all them things right there will fall in. Seek ye first the kingdom. Said smartly, like seek ye first the kingdom, and all shall be added. All shall be added, not some. All. Where's the kingdom? The kingdom is inside of you. Any man finds the kingdom, finds him or herself. Show the children the way to the kingdom. That is what we're supposed to do. Straight.